All right, so I wanted to talk about, well, a few things today. The first thing is about something I watched on Netflix, which is pretty rare for me to watch Netflix or something like that. But then also to feel so um, enthused by something to actually want to share it and talk about it in this way. And that show is Afterlife, which is written and directed by Ricky Gervais. And if you haven't seen it, um, the basic premise is that his wife in the first episode dies, or before the first episode rather, dies of cancer, and it's one man's struggle through life without his partner. Um, he's rather suicidal. He lacks purpose. He thinks, "What's the point?" And it's just his discovery of himself, of his mental health, of how he sees the world around him, and it is just absolutely riveting, phenomenal, intellectually stimulating. Um, I can't say enough good things about it. I think it's probably the best piece of drama that I've seen for a good number of years. Um, it's no secret. People know that I've had my own mental health history. Everyone has, so that's nothing new. Albeit mine, I had to self-admit to a hospital for 6 weeks on the basis of just not being in control. And I think that gives me a bit of a different perspective when watching it. But I think anybody would get great value from watching it, and it's written in such a great way. And I'm not one to cry; it's just not an emotion that I particularly exhibit very much. But there were times within the series where I got very teary, and yeah, it was a really, really moving thing to watch. On the back of that, I then have had some conversation this week with some of the teams that work for people that have come out of hospital from mental health. I was explaining to them that the way in which the whole system that I've certainly experienced over in Bury in Manchester at the Fairfield Hospital is they feed you terrible nutrition. It's stodgy, carbohydrate, fatty food. And I asked once why that was, and the answer I was given was, oh, this is the food that the cancer patients or those that broke their legs get, and therefore they just give it to the mental health patients as well. Well, I can tell you, and anyone can tell you, that if you eat healthily, you eat whole foods, you eat plant-based foods, and other stuff as well, and other products as well. I'm not suggesting just whole food, plant-based. You'll have a better mental clarity and you'll feel better about yourself. You also won't put on weight, which makes you self-conscious and has all those negative effects. Then you look at the fact that the only time you would get out of there, as in out into fresh air in the little courtyard there, was to smoke. So people start smoking, like me, and I never smoked before in my life, and thankfully I don't smoke now. Then you look at the fact that there's no purpose or anything to do during the day, bar watch TV or vegetate, and that's, I guess a lot of people will understand that now with coronavirus. That leads to, no matter who you are, negative thoughts start to come in, boredom starts to come in, and all these things we don't want to experience really at the end of the day. And then you look at the fact that there's no exercise, and then you look at the fact that there's no talking therapy, so no one's actually seeking to understand your position. All of a sudden, that's a recipe for disaster. Then you look at the fact that once a week you're sitting down with a doctor and a nurse who haven't really spoken to you all week. They've just observed for 5-10 minutes, and they make an assessment on you. They put you in a box in a category because then they can prescribe you pills, and those pills will then comatose you and put you in a position where you're just a vegetable. And thankfully, I'm sure I've got the strength of character and the family and the support systems around me to come through the other side of that. But I feel like people don't have that. And they're just told they're crazy. They're told the idea they had was too ambitious. That's what was with me. I was told allergy is too ambitious. You're crazy, man. What are you doing? Without any understanding of what the business is, any understanding of my background, my personal history. Since the age of 10 and 11, I've been selling sweets and all those sorts of things. This is just an extension of me. It's nothing new. It's not some rash change in character. So And then you look at the fact that mental health is just grouped under one category. Well, we don't group physical health into one category, do we? We don't have a cardiovascular surgeon also working on knees and cartilage and pediatrics. So why in mental health do we have one person over the whole of mental health? Because bipolar, schizophrenia, manic depression, very different things. You need a specialist in each one. And then one thing you can't do in mental health is you can't label people, because labeling people within physical health is okay, because there's actually, you can see that someone's heart, someone's got coronary heart disease. You can tell that why that is. You can show them why that is, and that they might need bypass something. That's fine. With mental health, one of my best friends in the States said this. His doctor said this: if you can feel it, it's there. And that's true. It doesn't matter why people think what it is. Maybe it's a chemical imbalance, maybe it isn't. But I strongly believe you could push anybody to an extreme and they would then suffer with their mental health. Because mental health, everybody has it. It's not a bad thing. It's got this stigma. It's like saying physical health. Even if you're in perfect physical fitness, one day you might eat some food that makes your gut a little bit irritated, or you might fall off a bike or knock your ankle or something. That's what mental health is. Everyone's got certain things. It's just things bubble to the surface at certain points in time, but we don't call people mad when they've got the ankle hurts all of a sudden, or whatever. But yet when someone feels a bit down and miserable, we go, ooh, we need to put them to pills. There's something wrong there. There's something systematically wrong with society, of the way we view mental health, view physical health. Both, as long as you've got a brain and you're a human, you have mental health. Similarly, as long as you've got a heartbeat and a human, you have physical health. So I hope it's a little bit longer than normal, these talks, but I think it's so, so important. Look after yourself, guys, particularly during this period. My advice to you would be keep exercising, keep eating healthily, keep some structure in your day, and keep some purpose. Get your sleep right, and yeah, it should be good. Hope that is of some use to you.